You ever have those days where you're training, everything feels fine, except that one move? It's not painful, it's just a little off. Lunges are a good example of this. You probably already have them in your training program. And the goal is usually just reps. Get them done, build the legs, and you move on. The problem is reps only tell you what you did. They don't tell you how well you handled it. And when this feels off, that's usually a sign you're muscling through a position you don't fully control yet. So back up with me for a second and let me show you something real quick. When you do a lunge, it's easy to just get through the rep. You go down, you come back up, and it counts. What I want you to notice instead is this. Can you get into the bottom position and stay there without rushing or wobbling? That's the real question, because this tells you whether you can honestly use the range you're training under load with control. And this is actually easier to work on closer to the ground. This is the walking frogger. Down here, you can slow things down to feel what's actually going on. Your hands are helping, which means you don't have to rush past the hard part. You can take your time, getting into a depth you can control, and hang out there for a moment. And that lets you work a range you usually move through pretty quickly, without having to muscle your way out of it. Spending time down here does something pretty important. It teaches your body how to stay in control when you're in the deepest part of the movement. And when you build control here, it shows up everywhere else. That's why standing movements start to feel stronger and a lot more reliable. Walking frogger is just one example. It's something we use in elements. And the point is learning how to use the ground before you load things standing. So once you can control range like this, loading starts to make more sense. And at that point, strength work stops being a guessing game. Things get harder, but what you expect from the movement stays the same. That's where things like step back lunges start to matter. Step back lunge pauses, and eventually shrimp squats. Same idea, just a different variation of it. But all of that only works if you're paying attention here first. Notice what feels solid. Notice what doesn't. And then you pick the version that fits where you're at. So if lunges have felt a little off for you, the walking frogger will give you feedback on the ground that carries over when you stand back up. Elements helps you build that control from the ground up. And integral strength lets you keep that same control when things get harder. I've got links below if you want to dig into either one. And if you want to see how this all carries over into your other training, watch this next video.